Okay, that's good that you can't hear me. I said that whisper to me. Thank you so much for everything you sent. You know how to buy from me. I have a video going up. It'll go up tomorrow. It's crazy today. But I showed everyone what you got last night, but I forgot to show this last night, so I'm showing it now. This was part of Whisper to Me's present to me, and I said it looks like a pitcher, or it could be a utensil jar. It is the biggest mug. Look at that. It's just crazy, the size of that mug, but look how cute it is. And I said, this looks like a dog that J Bells drew in that 1,000 video award, and she sent it to me. And you'll see that in her email, her happy mail too. I've got to get that up tomorrow. But yeah, this is so cute, isn't it? And now you keep saying no sound, but now you should have sound, right? Okay, good. Look how cute it is. What? You'll call me about Yoda? Okay. 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 Okay, so what happened now? Why is everybody, why is the chat, hold on, I gotta refresh the chat because my chat is just like, it's totally stalled now. There we go. Okay. Hey there, Deb on the Move. Hi, Mary Kim. Hi, Jesse. Hi, Alma. Hi, Potter. Whisper to Me. Hi, Virginia. Carrie Lynn. Crystal. Danielle. J Bells. Hey. Oh, speaking of that, we did some crafting today, and I made a cat. I don't know. It kind of looks a little bit like an Ewok, a little bit like a cat. And the hat is, I didn't glue it on. It's kind of removable, but it has like this floppy part of the hat. And then, let's see, you knew I would love it. I made another snowman, but I was losing everything I was crafting. Now I was going to make him with this alpaca sweater, and I can't find it, but I'm going to make this one into a snowman with the alpaca sweater because we'll see. But he's not finished completely. He needs like blushing in a mouth, but he looks like the little snowman from the snowman book, and I need to fringe his scarf and then put a little snowflake embellishment. He's not done, but I won't set you off again. I just told everybody that we were crafting, and I had a little mishap with my craft, and it started some laughter. It was just a little mishap with my craft, but it's okay. It all turned out fine. It was this one, and I fixed it. It turned out fine, but there was something that looked odd about it prior to. It looks Asian. This one, or the snowman. It looks a little bit like an Ewok. Hey Dari. Hi Evie. Hey Sunshine. Pear Tree. Mary, hi. Who else did I miss? I was sitting here yakking. Karen, hi. Oh wait, hold on. He wants me to. That's the cute thing. It looks just like what's his name? But it looks just like Yoda. It looks exactly like Yoda. It's a little baby. Okay. It's a little cutie pie. What does, what? I can't see it good. It's like too dark. Crystal, Carrie Lynn. Who do I miss? I missed Carol, hi. Your best friend, hello. Hi, Alicia. Amanda, how are you? Amanda, did you change your name? Is that our other Amanda, or is that a... Who else? Hi, Sonia. Potter. I feel like I'm... Hi, Miley. Evie, I got you, right? Okay. Pear Tree. I never catch you. Hi, Gigi. Danielle. Mrs. Roger Rabbit. Yoda is adorable. No, but they were telling me, like, I'm not into Star Wars. And they were saying, oh, how wonderful. My hair, I didn't do any. Oh my gosh, I look like a lunatic today. No, you're the original. Okay, so then you're not. Okay, the other. Okay. Hi, Lori. Yeah, okay. He's not that adorable. Hi, Diane. Hi, Wake Up. Hi, Sarah. Hi, Sakura. So anyway, what was I going to say? Yeah, it looks like exactly. It looks crazy because I didn't do anything to. It's like all out of its mind. Anyway, I don't care. So what? Who cares? Hi, Cece. Hi, Montana Sky. I've got to do that like this now. How's it? So what? Who cares? Okay. You're back. You got lost in the cyber orbit, Mert? Oh no. You love Star Wars? Oh, make some hot. Yeah, you could do that, I guess, with the, maybe you could add some ears to the balls. And then put a decal in the face. Aw, thanks, Sakura. Thank you, Montana. Okay. Mommy, but who cares? Hey, Cece. Okay, so what's up today? What did you guys do? It's gonna snow again, and I've got to do a bunch of shopping, but on Amazon. I've got to get my daughter's gifts. I got to get my kids. They got some of their stuff. Oh, it's always last minute. I'm like running around like a Looney Tunes. Hi, Arhuff. Hi, Jeanette. Hey, Two Scooter. You've got to say your name like Two Scooter. Just hi, Bella. So in case, okay, I said it in the Patreon, so if you heard it, I apologize, but I have to say something. I was thinking about Chris Watts today. It sounds so silly, but yeah. And I don't know why, but I don't even know how. Oh, I know why, and I do know how. I was thinking, it wasn't so much Chris Watts that I was thinking about. I was thinking about how we talked about that public service announcement for those guys that think they could kill their wives. And I was thinking about doing one, and then I was thinking about that it would say something like, don't be stupid, get a divorce or whatever. But then I realized Chris couldn't get a divorce. I need to do much baking, yes. Do you know why he couldn't get a divorce? And if you're already in the Patreon, and don't tell don't tell everyone. He couldn't get a divorce. This is my feeling. He could not get a divorce because it would hurt his image so bad. It wasn't like people would say, "Oh, he didn't want to pay child support," or "Oh, he didn't want that." No, I truly think it would hurt his image so bad. He did want a new life. He did want to get on with it, but he didn't want people at work to say, "Oh my gosh, Chris, you're leaving her. She's 15 weeks pregnant. You're not even going to go to counseling. You're not even going to try to make it work. What's going on? Why won't you do that? You're a bastard," right? Or that he was going to lose friends, meaning that like Nick and Amanda Thayer, like when people get divorced, they always say like the friends have to choose a side, right? So he was, and like Cassie and Cassie's husband, who he liked, right? Whose side were they going to choose? He figured, well, they were going to choose her side. So, and then they'd go on and they'd all say, well, he's a bastard. He left her 15. She wouldn't even go to counseling. He wouldn't even try because she wanted to try. So, right, Carol, right. He didn't want to, he cared so much about his image and what people would say about him. He didn't care. His parents, he didn't care because they were happy. She was calling Mark about it. And he knew Mark wasn't going to judge him because Mark was divorced and Mark knew. So, and Mark wasn't, like, he knew he had Mark's allegiance. But when it came to his coworkers, when it came to their friends that they had together, and then more than that, more than not losing that, the way it played out in his head before any of this came to be, he was going to come home and take care of everything and make it seem that she just, whatever, maybe he was going to leave a note, maybe he was going to do something to make it seem like she either killed herself and the kids somewhere, whatever, or just took off and didn't care and she was missing. And then what was going to happen is he was going to become a victim, okay? And narcissists love to be victims. And then everybody's going to say, oh, let's arrange a food train. What, isn't that food train? Isn't that what it's called? Where everybody make a meal train, right? Where everybody signs up to make a meal. And then who knows? Maybe they would have said, oh, what's the matter, Chris? You're really upset because you're in debt on this house and you owe money. Well, you know what? Let's start a GoFundMe because you shouldn't have to worry about that. And look, this house, you have so many memories. So maybe they would set up a GoFundMe and maybe they would pay his mortgage. And maybe, he would have all of this stuff, right? So maybe in his mind, that was great. And that was the reason everybody's like, well, why can't he get a divorce? Maybe that's the reason none of them can get a divorce. Look, Coleman, we know Coleman couldn't get a divorce because he worked for Joyce Meyer Ministries because his father was a preacher, right? It didn't fit his image at all to go get a divorce. But every time someone says, well, why didn't he get a divorce? In his case, he would have looked really bad. But to be a victim, to have someone that has a wife that's missing, and I don't think he was going to tell that separation story. What happened was when Nikki got there and she called him, and then when Cassandra started calling him and everybody started calling him and started calling him out on the freaking play date, right? That she wouldn't have put the kids on a play date when it was their first day of school. That's when he started to put that emotional conversation separation in there, because I don't think if he wasn't caught, and then we don't know like why leave Jim alone, and Nikki, they were home at 3:00 and Jim was in town. Maybe Jim was going to help with getting rid of the car, getting rid of the stuff, staging the scene, right? Staging the scene to look like something. I don't know, maybe, but they all got caught. And I think he wouldn't have mentioned anything about an emotional conversation or anything had he not been caught. He would have just said, I tried and tried and tried to get a hold of her, and I came home from work and she was gone. I don't know where she is. And it's going to be poor Chris, poor Chris, poor Chris. And that's why it was so messed up, because he had to think of something when he was on the phone with those people. What would you do if you couldn't out? Maddie, what are you talking about? If you couldn't out makeup? What? I don't know what you're talking about, Maddie. You think I have a lot of makeup on now? I have like nothing on. I think I like death warmed over. I don't even have eyeliner. I know so many of you think I have eyeliner on. There's no eyeliner. Those are my lashes. I don't have foundation or anything on. This is my skin. Where I don't know where you're thinking I have all this makeup on, and you're making. Maddie, did you just hear what I said? I don't have makeup on. I don't get you. I don't get you. Whatever eyeshadow I have is left on from, I don't even know, from yesterday. I didn't put makeup on. Thank you. And this is not, everybody thinks that's eyeliner, and I've done this before, and I put my eyeliner here when I put it on, and you can see clearly I don't have eyeliner on. Those are my lashes right there. But I get blamed for wearing too much eyeliner when I'm not even wearing it. And this here is my skin. That's not, I don't wear makeup. There's not, I mean, if I do put it on, it's a tinted moisturizer when I ever do, and that's because of the sun, because it has a sunscreen in it. I'm not a big makeup person at all. I hate putting on makeup. And the most I do is a little eyeshadow, a little bit of mascara, and a little blush, so I don't look like death warmed over. That's it. I'm definitely not one of those that spends like an hour and a half doing. I hate putting on that. I have like a 5-minute routine if I'm going out somewhere. I didn't even do my hair today. So there you have your answer, Maddie. So anyway, yeah, getting back to Chris. Before that, oh, thanks, Peggy. Right now, to me, I feel like I'm very, very pale, but I just use mascara and eyeliner. I think that's what it was. I think that he couldn't take the people to say something about him. You wore more makeup. Did you? Really? Jeff, did you? Oh, are you? Really, Apple Snapple? I have no patience, or I don't. I do not have the patience for that. Like, I watched some of those makeup people, more power to them, but the one lady goes like this, because my daughter was watching once, she goes, we're going to the water park today as a family, so I'm just going to do some light makeup. Her light makeup routine took over an hour, and I'm thinking, like, who has time for that? And it wasn't light makeup. It was like 16 layers of makeup. And I'm thinking, like, when you go to the water park, that's going to, like, fall off. I don't know how that was going to hold up in the water park. Yeah, me too, Danielle. Anyway, so where was I? So then, you dropped your last, oh, okay. up to a water park. I know. But it was funny because she goes, I'm just going to do a light application. And I'm like, an hour later, she was still doing that. Do you think the fact that the baby was a boy? No, I just think that he just wanted to move on, but he really thought in his head, because he's so narcissistic, that his story to himself made sense and nobody was going to question it and he was going to get away with it and nobody was going to come there, right? And I think that that was going to be the greatest thing. He was going to go out as a victim. But if he did, like, imagine, remember when he said to Coder, it's like high heels in an amusement park. Oh my gosh. Remember when he said to Coder that I thought that she was going to lock me out of the house and I didn't want to make a scene when I got there, pounding on the door. He was always concerned with his image. So, yeah, he was always concerned with his image. So I think 100% this was going to be a way for him to be, like, he thought he was coming across, even when he said that they were on to him, like, I think they're on to me. He was freaking a little bit, but he still thought, oh, I wish that they were throwing chicken nuggets on me, and I wish that they would just come through the door and tackle me and a big bear hug, right? He thought that was, like, really heartfelt, that it looked really heartfelt, because he didn't know how to make it look, like, he didn't research how do you look when your children and your wife are missing and you're distraught. How do you act? He didn't look that up. So it's not a matter of getting a divorce, because he would never want to be the one that somebody would say, wait, Shanann said she wants to make this work. Shanann said she wants to go to counseling. She's 15 weeks pregnant. How much of a bastard are you, right? No, he couldn't have that. So this was perfect. He was going to be a victim. Oh my gosh, I want them back. I miss them so much. Who's going to do this? Who's going to do that? And we've got all these bills. Oh, don't you worry about your bills now. We'll get a GoFundMe. You can't go back to work right now. You just need to rest. So I think his marriage advice, yeah, and the best thing was bringing another baby in, which everybody and their brother will tell you is the worst thing you could do if your marriage is on the rocks. Oh, good. $100, wonderful. Look how he should Google how to get away with murder if you look like a good guy. Yeah. But I think that's the thing. And just like how Cindy was saying, like, oh, she wasn't worried. She thought Shanann was just going to teach him a lesson. They already put the stamp on her that, oh, can you believe it? She was just walking around. She just left. She's going to teach him a lesson with the kids. And then she probably drove herself off a ravine, because that's just like her. You've always thought about him. Yeah. He would have never said the separation. The separation thing came because they kept saying, wait, Chris, why would she do this? Why would she? He was put on the spot. He must have made up the play date thing, and then they said, play date? It was the kid's first day of school, Chris. And then he must have been like, oh, she was going to go on a play date because we had an emotional conversation about, and she was upset. And that was like totally made up on the spot. Because Montana, she was 15 weeks pregnant, He wanted to be known as a good guy, a great guy. Now, if your wife is 15 weeks pregnant and she wants to make the marriage work and she says, let's go to at least counseling, let's try to make this work, and then he doesn't want to and he just wants to walk away, how would that make him look? How would that make him look to all of their friends, to all of his coworkers? Like a horrible person. Like a person, don't you just want to try it? Don't you just want to try it, Chris? Just go to counseling. Just, no, he didn't want to. So this way he could be a real victim, right? Oh, I loved her and those kids and I don't know where they are. It's killing me. But he wouldn't act like that because he wasn't good at that. But he thought he had time to do stuff. Don C., we've never seen your name in here, so who are you? If we don't recognize you, we don't know your name. But so I was thinking about that today, and he would look like, yeah. So I think that was the whole thing, but it played out really good in his head, and that's how it was going to work out until it didn't. Right from the beginning, police were on to him. Right, and he knew that too, and that's what got him messed up. So that's what he started to keep using this separation thing that he hadn't thought about. And that's why Coder said, you know what? This sounds like a bunch of, what did he say, horse shit or something like that. Hi, Liz. But so I was thinking about that because that's 100% why he wouldn't get a divorce. Because it made him look really bad. So there was no divorce. And it wasn't about child support because child support would be contingent on what he made. So that I think it is part of it, but not the entire MO. He didn't care how he looked going out in the town, but he didn't go places that were close to home with her. Like he didn't have her at the house hanging out on the deck. He didn't make it known at the office. He didn't tell guys at the office, right? When they went out to places that most people wouldn't notice him. He wasn't like hanging out with friends with him. He wasn't parading her around in the driveway. You know what I mean? He was going to the lazy dog that was away, another lazy dog that was away. Who knows if they didn't walk out of that first lazy dog because he recognized someone, right? Not because the menu was so different, but maybe because he recognized someone. The topic, Don C., is fettuccine alfredo. We're going to be doing a live cooking demo in just a few minutes. Right, but the lazy dog was 15 minutes away. But maybe that's what happened. Maybe one of them scouted it out and they knew somebody, so he had to get the heck out of there. And they went to the other one. We don't know. Maybe they had a thing like they walked in like 3 minutes apart from each other. We only have we have their takes on what happened there. That they went there and they walked out because she didn't like the menu. Do you think she's never been there before? Like that was the first time that either of them had ever been there before in that one? No, I don't think so. I think it's because they saw someone. He also got scared right away and thought except to girlfriend. Chris didn't think like we did. Sure, Sakura. Who's 5'4"? I don't know. Who's 5'4"? Who's 5'4"? Oh, I think 2 Scooter. The menu is the same at chain restaurants. Didn't we actually look up the menus and they were a tiny tad bit different, but still, I mean, there was something that you could get at the other one. They weren't exactly the same. Remember we saw that nice salad, and then there was, and I don't want to do it now because I would get hungry. Oh, you are? And then you'll say, oh, okay, got you. They would go to the same exact place to eat, right? I just posted there, not sure. Where are yours? What are you guys talking about? Oh, Jay, so you're talking to Sakura, okay. I'm going to make that tomorrow now. I made a killer Alfredo sauce from scratch. Got to make a roux first. That's the trick. You're 5, and 2 Scooters 5'4" too. I don't think he hated Shanann. I think he was indifferent, no feelings whatsoever. Right. So that was the first thing that I was thinking about. You know, like, maybe he'll come out with a book like OJ, like, if I did it, and if Nicole didn't come to the house, this is what I would have done, but I didn't do it. That would be interesting to get his take on that. Of what he would have done. Because I truly, truly think he would have played the poor little victim for everything it had. And people would have been organizing GoFundMes to pay off his debts, to pay off his house, his meal train, you know. You hope your husband is wrong about what, 2 Scooter? What happened? What's going on? Hi, Julie T. Hi, Mocha. Liz. Karen. What happened? What happened to 2 Scooter's husband that she hopes he's wrong? What do you hope he's wrong about? Random guy? What picture? Oh, is he sending a picture with his makeup? Hi, Jenny D. He keeps saying, I'm going to be banned from here. Why? Why? Are you starting trouble again? Do you think Shanann ever suspected he was a narcissist? Probably not. I think at the end she was wondering what the heck is going on, where she said he was hangry, but I think she was giving him passes, and then I think she was, you know, something's up with him. But I'm not sure if she suspected that, but I think she thought it was all an affair. Maybe someone was meeting at the Lazy Dog and they went to the wrong one, so they hopped over there. Could be. Could be a lot of reasons other than the menu. Let's check the menu again anyway. So hold on a minute. I know we've done this before, but it's been a while and people are, let's see. The one is in Westminster, right? Hey, they have one in Las Vegas. Did the what? There was one in Westminster and the other one was in Erie, wasn't it? Oh wow, we're gonna get hungry again. Uh-oh. Okay. Look at that. Nothing up in the Northeast at all. Closest one is over here. Look how many there are. Wow, look how many there are in California. Wow. Okay. Oh, look, there's one coming by who's in Illinois by Naperville. It's coming soon. It's opening winter of 2020. Hey, look at that. Our Illinois people, to Scooter. Are you near there? And look, here's Chantilly, Virginia, opening soon. And Fairfax, Virginia, opening soon. Spring of 2020, February 2020. Let me pull the chat back. That looks so good. None around here. Oh boy, okay. So, why won't I pull down the menu? Okay. But I know we looked and there was like something that was, I thought maybe they changed something. I don't know. But let's go to gluten sensitive, weekend, sweet tooth, fish. Ginger soy salmon. Select a location. Okay, so there's 3 locations. I know this is one that they went to. And then I think they went to this one, right? Or they went to, these are the 2. It's a mile from your house. You've never been there? You better go, Judy. Go and take pictures. You had the Yugoslavian soup and the meat, potatoes, and carrots pulled from soup and you ate separately. The soup had the noodles and was fresh made at the Lazy Dog, did you say? Okay, let me see something now. Does anybody remember which one? They went to Westminster and which one of these 2? It wasn't Colorado Springs, right? It was the other one. Okay. So click on that here, nearest locations, catering menu, order pickup, order delivery. How come the last time we could see the menu? Oh, there's the menu. Hold on a minute. Okay. Please note. Okay, good. Just get out of here now. How do we close out of this? Why can't we close out of this? Huh? How do we close out of this? Get away. I don't want to... how do we close it? Why doesn't this close out? The topic is food right now, Nancy. We're ordering food now. Why can't I cancel this? I can't even, oh, I know. I'll just go over here. How silly. Okay. I don't know. I know we looked and there was a little bit of a difference in the menu, but we still found something they could have eaten. Hi, Janadu. Hi, Janelle. Oh, she's not here? Where's Janelle? Oh, you're just randomly looking for her to Scooter? Have you heard from Janelle lately, Jimmy?
No.
Hope everything's okay with Janelle. Are you not feeling well today? Oh, sorry to hear that, Judy. I hope you feel better. Okay. I'm getting a little bit hungry. I'm trying to think. Hold on, I'm just gonna get. Hang on 1 second. I'm back. Oh. Yeah, don't wake her up on account of us. Bella Mac, I'm a weirdo. That's gonna go over well, Jeff. And he had the flu shot. What happened, Janadu? Hope it doesn't linger, Judy. You can take your dog to the lazy dog? Oh, really? Hi, Jen. You never heard of it before? That was really disgusting. Hold on a minute. I have to get something. Oh shoot. Hate these. I have to get a piece of chocolate or something. That was really gross. Okay. The pharmacist said that. Don't tell me that. So, I was thinking about that, but let's look at now Mark. Let's see how many other women, because we still haven't got to the bathtub lady yet. Hey, where's Eric? Okay, I knew Don C was, where's my eyes? Where is Eric? We're looking for you, Eric. Really, Millie Mill? Terrible. You're not here yet, Karen? You don't think he's cheating on us? We got another new person in Benjamin. Came in right after Don C. Benjamin, how you doing? We don't have many men in here. It's interesting that we just had 2 new men tonight. Don C. and now Benjamin. Can we call you Benji? I hope you make me laugh like last night. Did I make you laugh last night? Where has Eric been? I don't know, Danielle. Where has he been? Eric, where are you? We're watching you, Eric. You got it, Lynn. We're watching you. 2 scooter. Can't wait to show others. Plenty out there. What are you showing us? I know a cat. You better watch out. Because my cat has eyes in the back of his head. Okay? And he's watching from all directions. That was scary. I almost choked on it now and later. You're a Jersey girl. Thank you. Okay, so let me get back to Mark. And let's see what girls that he's harassing. I mean messaging. Because we have to get to the bathtub lady pretty soon. But I feel really awake right now. Very awake. Just so you know. This afternoon when I was crafting the J-bells and stuff, I felt like narcolepsy coming on. But then I got a second one. Okay. Let me get to... I can't wait to see what Mark is up to tonight. Okay, we left off... Remember he was with that Ray Navarro, right? Now he's womanizing, let's see. Did we do Kristen? We did Kristen. Now he's on with, who is this now? Oh, this is Teresa. These are his texts to Teresa's mother, Mimi, okay? So this is Mark texting Teresa's mother. Okay, the first one, they start on right after Mother's Day for this one, 5/18/2013, and Mark says, play a game with Josie. Play a game with Josie. And then Mark sends her a picture, and it looks like the letter T. And then Mimi, that's what her text name is, says, can't shut music off. And then Mark says, read your note. And she said, I did. So cute. Then Mark sent her another picture, which you can't see. It's very dark. And then Mimi said, Mark, FYI, I just noticed that the phone says it's a 4G. And I know you said it was a 5G. So I just wanted you to be aware that the phone says 4G. Not that it matters to me, but just thought you'd want to know. Talk to you later. Have a good day. Love you. And then Mark says, Mimi, it's not a 5G. It's an iPhone 5. It works on either the 4G or the LTE network. So 4G is perfectly normal. I love you too. Now, Mimi is the one that said that they got her, that Teresa would get her the phone, right? And yeah, okay. 5:22. Mimi says, Mark, can you send me those attachments from last evening? Somehow they've been erased off my phone, and I don't know Weyerhaeuser. I don't know Weyerhaeuser. Gosh, my father used to work with that company. I don't think she means what. I don't understand how that company could come in. I think that was a really weird spell check for that company. Okay. And she says yes. And then she says Teresa. So it took off the spell check. And then he says, what attachments? And she says, from last night's graduation. And then he says, I will have tea. We'll do it after work. And she says, Mark, I sent Teresa a text. I have some cream behind. I left some cream behind in the refrigerator. I sent her a text so she'll know what it is. But you're not. You're probably going to be the one. I think she's doing voice to text. To have to mail it to me tomorrow. Cream? I'm so sorry. I don't know whether it'd be cheaper to mail it to me or to have trees, I think she means Teresa, order me a new tube. I think she means tube, but it said two. But I don't know. I don't have time to talk anymore right now. And then that ends there. And then 7 days later, he says, how are you, Mimi? Haven't heard from you in a while. From your Florida phone support. And he puts a smiley face. So he must have just got her the phone, probably for Mother's Day, okay? Now, she says, hi, Mark. I haven't called for support. I went to the AT&T store and they helped me. Thanks anyway. So she doesn't even get the right. Okay, I think he's trying to be funny. So then she says, Mark, please look and see if you've seen my camera. It is in a black case with a strap. For whatever reason, I cannot seem to find it. And then she texts again and says, Teresa, please look for my camera. And then he says, this is Mark still. No camera yet. Me, oh my, and your room. And then he says, not in my car. Your room, it sounds like the Dr. Seuss, not in my car. It's not in my room. Not in my car, your room, nor the bathroom, and not by the pool. And he puts a sad face. She says, Mark, I'm wondering if you would be so kind as to try to retrace my steps while I was there, like the ballet, if there is a lost and found department there. Also, if there is a lost and found department at the restaurant we went, I just cannot believe that I have lost my camera. And then she says, she must know how. Also, give your car a good checkup. Maybe somehow it's in your car. Worth a try. Mark says, I am on the phone with the theater now. The car was cleaned out, though. Where did we eat? Not at the theater. And then he says, what brand of camera? And then he says, no camera at the beach restaurant. She says, FYI, it was a Nikon camera. He says, thanks. Then he says, just heard from the theater and nothing. I hope she finds her camera. She says, keep your eyes out for an order being shipped to your house, to you. Try to keep it from Teresa. Perhaps you can place it in the spare bedroom. Somewhere. I will give it to her when I come down in July. That's sad. She never got it then. That's really sad. She says, oh, wait a minute. This is 2013, so she did get it. Okay, never mind. She says, I just placed the order, so it'll take a few days before it could even be arriving, but I will keep you posted when I get a notification. And then she just says no. And then he says, no problem. Did you find your camera? She says, call me when you can. And then she says, what's the weather like down there right now? He says, cloudy, but fine. And then he says, Mimi, we are going to St. Pete now. If the package comes while we're gone, I'll have my mom out it up. Out it up. I guess it must be a typo. And then he said, my mom called and said she moved a large package, but light, into the house today. And Mimi says, try. And then she says, to not have Teresa find it. He said, I put it in my office. Nobody will find it there. Well, he didn't put it in his office. His mother had to. She says, you're right. Mimi's funny, okay, because he goes, nobody will find it in my office. And I guess she must mean, yeah, your office is such a pigsty, Mark. Nobody will find it in there. You're right. Then she says, make sure that this package is the one I sent her. It comes with replacements. It comes from replacement.com for dishes. I did not get a confirmation that the order had been shipped. Maybe it's another package that Teresa's waiting for. And he says, it was a very large package and extremely light. Probably not dishes. I will check it later. She says, I don't think it's my package. And he said, just checked, and it's from replacement. And then he says, oh my God. I told you Mark sends the wrong messages to people all the time. He sent this message to his mother-in-law. Mama, M-O-M-M-A, I want you, exclamation point. Remember this weekend, ... Have a great day, baby. She says, Mark, I do not think this message is for me. What is going on with our phones? He says, sorry, my mistake. You know how many times he did that to other women too? Sorry, my mistake. I tried to send that to Teresa. This was my error, as I was in a hurry and did not check the recipient. Sorry. Then he says, Mimi, we will call Grandpa Tom this afternoon, FaceTime, ? With the girls for his birthday. What time in the afternoon works for you? She says, not sure right now. Don't know how the day is going. For sure later is better than earlier. I will give you a heads up later. This is happening June 10th, 2013. And he says, thanks. And then he says, let me know when a good time to call. She says, we are home now. You can FaceTime anytime. Next is July 2nd, 2013. Mimi, Teresa and I have the same problem frequently with the microphone. What I've been told by AT&T was to restart the phone. They recommend turning your phone on and off at least once a day. I don't do that. I only do it when my microphone doesn't work. So more frequent powering off of your phone may prevent a problem from happening. But if you call AT&T and they give you a different answer, please let us know too. And then he says, anything from AT&T. And she says, I have not called them. And then he says, en route. And then he says, regular or decaf coffee. And she says, oh, regular. And he says, are you home? And that was in July 19th that he said about the coffee. Now, July 26th, I found it as well. Did you want me to get this? Mark says. And then Mark says, 16 hours, 3 minutes to go. Was he doing an auction on eBay? I don't know. And then he says, I can use our business card as I need to buy dishes for our office, ... And then she said, sorry I missed your call. I think it's a good deal, Mark. I unfortunately don't have extra cash right now to purchase it, but if you will buy it, we'll talk about how we're going to give it to work, okay? And then she says, I just noticed that there's one, it is an eBay auction. I just noticed there's one watcher. That must be me. I think you should try to get it for $250 if you're going to go for it. Mark says, I am the watcher. She says, good. Mark says, it's ours. She says, yes, Mark, is me. That's why I said it was ours. Oh, I guess she asked him, and he said, exciting, I know. Smiley face. Oh no, he didn't get it yet. Then he's just counting his chickens. She says, only 22 minutes left, Mark. When you get the bid, I would contact and ask to have it insured for $250. It might not be packed as good as it can, and when it comes, as it comes from replacements.com. He says K. Then he says 10 minutes to go. And then he says, which method of shipment do you think is best? She's individually bubble wrapping each piece. And she said if she's bubbling each peach, she does voice to text, it's funny. It says if she's bubbling each peach individually, that is good. But just insured for what you're paying, $250. She can ship it whatever way she wants, but the bottom line is to have it insured. Then she says, did you get it? And he says, thanks. And he said, of course, I already paid. She says, thanks a lot, Mark. I really appreciate it. I will talk about how we're going to give it to her later. He says, no problem. It can even be from just you two. The key is, we got it! Exclamation point. And then he shows her a buffet table and says, buffet table, what cha think? $895. She says, I don't know. The color looks right, but it's too modern looking. I'm not sure it complements the china closet, but that's only my opinion. Mark says, got it. The china is wrapped and mailed soon. Yippee! Then he says, okay, but we should have taken a couple more days off. Then he says, the dishes are in Jacksonville, should be here Thursday. And then he shows her a picture of the dishes, which is hard to see. I can just see their dishes. He says, awesome find, Mimi, exclamation point. I'm checking everything now, but it appears to be great. And then he sent another picture, which you can't see at all. And then he says, I just sent Dawn another text. As soon as I hear, I'll let you know. This is now, that was September. Now it's November 4th, 2013. And he says, I wanted to know how your anniversary went. Yeah, he's saying that to her. Also, if you want me to prepare the china for you to give to Teresa for her birthday. He says, no need to pay me. I will wrap them up when we get back from our anniversary getaway. Happy you enjoyed yourselves. And then Mimi says, of course I have to pay you. It's my gift. And he says, yeah, yeah, yeah. It is okay not to. We just want to see you. Okay? And then she says, open oblong. Confirm that you have read this message. Otherwise, I'll be trying to track you down. Package from me has poppy seeds. Needs to be put into the freezer ASAP. Then she says, how come I didn't get the video of Josie's dance recital? Are her violin concert and Carmi's piano concert? Mark says, poppy seeds received and frozen. I will send you the videos I have. So he sends her a bunch of videos. And then he says, the music recital was not taped on phone as there is no room, and then a sad face. And then she says, now we're up to 1/6/2014, January 6th. If Teresa's awake, can you ever call me? He says yes and yes. January 10th, 2014. Mark, if Teresa's available to ask a question, nothing urgent, or is she traveling? And he says getting ready, and it looks like he sent a picture, but it's non-visible. Then he says done, 2 exclamation points. And then he says, Mimi, we are praying for, and they redacted the name, and for a speedy recovery. We love you. Teresa, Mark, Josie, and Carmi. Then she says on 2/7/2014, did Teresa go to bed? And Mark says, yes. Can I help you? She says, I don't know. Check the TXI center on her cell phone. And he says, what is the concern was talking to? She says, no. She said I didn't need anything, but I feel I just want to be on the safe side. I should take some. Mark says, take 2. She says, K. Then she says, I just sent Teresa a text, would like an answer. That was 2/9/2014. And then he said, call me, T's in a meeting. And then he said again, T's in a meeting. She said, and then he said, okay, we'll just have to wait for her to respond to your text. She says, K. Then she says to Mark, something weird just happened. I lost my most current notes. I don't understand how it happened. Then on 2/15/2014, she says, yeah, check the mailbox for 2 Valentine's Day cards and 1 birthday card for Carmi. Let me know that you received them. There's a little something in the Valentine's Day cards. He said, I just checked the mailbox and no cards as of yet. However, the mail hasn't come today. What are you checking the mailbox for? Did you? Okay. Why wouldn't he just say the mail hasn't come today? That was the stupidest thing. Okay. Then he says, Mimi, but he called her Mimu. I just got the mail from today and 3 cards arrived from you guys. Woohoo! Sounds like Eric. Okay. Then she says on 3/11/2014, thank you for the beautiful birthday wish. I love you. Mark says, you are welcome, 2 exclamation points and a smiley face. Then she says on 3/11, thanks Josie and Carmi. Thanks Josie and Carmi for their beautiful letter. Love, hugs, and kisses to them both. Mark says, okay. 3/11, Mark says, Mimi, we really love you, exclamation point. Hope you enjoyed your birthday. On 4/5/2014, she says, where is Teresa? I have not heard from her. I've texted her several times. Mark says, I will call you in a moment. And then she says, do you know where the girls' spring concert is? Mark says, which spring concert are you talking? The musical? She says, piano and violin. He says, I believe it's May 4th at 3 p.m. She says, can you confirm the date? Hopefully it's convenient for Teresa. I thought seeing I missed Carmi's birthday, I would miss Josie's birthday and come down for the concerts, and I need to get my tickets quickly because I have points to get free tickets. Can you, and then she types all in caps, can you please do this today? Thanks. And then she says, just check Just checked with World Points. I must book 21 days in advance, so that means I must book by tomorrow to come home on the 1st. Mark says, okay, tea is good. And then he says, obviously, we want you here for as long as we can keep you, Mimi. And then he said, Mimi, do you have your tickets yet? She said, yes, I do. Why are you asking? Is there a problem? He goes, no, just excited, and a smiley face. This is kind of creepy. And then she says, I will be arriving Wednesday, April 30th at 1 p.m. And then she says, departing Monday, April 5th. How could you be? I think she means May 5th. Yeah, May 5th. She changed it. At 10 a.m. She goes, I'm sorry, I mean May 5th. Okay. Then he goes, I figured you meant May 5th as opposed to staying all year. Oh, you're a funny one, Mark. And then they redacted something she said. Okay. And then he said, I will check with T and set up what we have. We'll keep her in our prayers, and that was 422. Now on 5-2, Mimi says, is Teresa around? I sent her a text about calling. This is weird now. She must not have come down because she would still be there, right? Maybe whoever they were keeping in their prayers, she couldn't go. Okay. So he says on 5/11/2014, Mimi, happy Mother's Day. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have Teresa in my life. So thank you. Not to overlook the fact that you're pretty damn good mom too. I love you. She says, thank you, Mark. I love you too. 5/14, she says, just tried calling Teresa to wish Josie a happy birthday. He says, I can't talk right now. I'm on the phone. And I will return your call as soon as I can. She says, I just want to test my FaceTime. Just let me know if we can connect. And then you can see your face. I know we connected if you can. And then she said, I guess it's not working. I have to call Apple. And then she says, AT&T was not able to help. And then she says, call me. And she says again, call me. This is June 10th, 2014. And then she said, I just thought I would send it again. We'll be going out by 5:15 or so. 6/15/2014. Happy Father's Day, Mark. Just tried FaceTiming you. She didn't pick up. Did one day with the day go by without saying Happy Father's Day to you. Don't know if you received your card in time. I know it takes longer to get there, but it does to say New Jersey. So anyway, just want to know. She uses voice text, so that's why it's sounding like this. Thinking of you, and I hope that you have a great day. We love you. And he says, thank you. Just relaxing all day with my girls. I love you too. She says on 7/2 now, just tried to FaceTime with you, and I wasn't able to. He said, and then says, just an FYI, on 7/7, Josie is going to bed soon and has SX first thing in the morning. She says, how is Josie doing? He said, okay, but a little nauseous right now, and 2 frowny faces. Then Mimi says, are you going to be recording it? He says, FYI, Carmi's performance is this morning. She's in the car with me now. And then he says, Peter is. This may be your only chance to wish her luck. And then she says, I thought you're trying to FaceTime me. He says, no, I accidentally hit your name. That was on 7/25. On 8/28/2014, Mimi says, please confirm receipt of the text. And then she says, 5:30 at my house. I'm going to Westchester County Airport in White Plains. And he says, got it, baby. He's calling her baby now. And then he says, Mimi. Then she says, Mark, I have a job for you to do today. And you have to do it today. That is mailing. And then they redacted something. And then it said, all my supplements and Anne's phone charger. And if Teresa has any pure bioethics, they're out of stock at MD Prescriptive. Okay. She says, just let me know when you have them in the mail. And if not, do I need to send you a reminder text? Because you're such a screw up, Mark. And then he says, I just spoke with Teresa about 10 minutes ago about mailing your Zymogen products along with some immune officials. And she said, I also need, and they redacted it. And then she says, and don't forget Anne's phone charger. They have something with phone chargers. She needs them to take on her trip. And then she says, that is, if Teresa has them. Mark says, how many? Mimi says, at least one, but if she could spare two, that would be great. Then Mark says, does she need the charger for travels? If not, I can mail the supplements this morning. If she needs it, that will potentially delay the mailing, as I do not have it with me. And then he said, did you see my last text? And she says, I believe she does. How will she charge your phone? Would you be able to send it by itself so that it goes out before 5 p.m.? And he says, I believe Annie, Peter, and Mickey's cell phones all use the same charger. I will get it out to her as soon as I can. I just don't have it with me. And I do have the supplements. And then she says, well, then mail the supplements now, Mark. She didn't say Mark like that. And then she says, Mick isn't going with them, so that means they'll only have one charger between the two of them. Then he says, I will get it to them ASAP, like I already said. How are you feeling? She said, I've been better. I never would have been able to make the trip. This is 8:29. And then he said, we just want you to get and be healthy. Just want you to get and be healthy. We will see you when we can. Now, Mimi says, FYI, Maxwell House, this is the thing about the coffee, remember? Instant coffee, regular, not decaf. Just in case you're going to stop before tonight. That was 9/11/2014. And then she says, remember, please have Teresa call me on the 12th of September 2014. And then she says, on September 13th, FYI, we are currently at the pool. If we move from here, I'll send you another text. Then he said, thank you, Mimi. Tea is getting printed now. And then she said, we're headed up to the room now. And she said, if you're going by food and thought, maybe you could stop and buy a couple of avocados, an onion, and some tomatoes. And then she said, I just went to the pool. I did not see you guys on the beach, but I do not see you at the pool either. Where are you? And then she said, arrive safely, Mark. Forgot to call you when we landed, but I'm almost home now. He said, great. We love and miss you, Mimi. And she said, I just realized I left a little sauce in the bowl on top of the broiler pan. And also there's a lot of veggie drink in the refrigerator. And hopefully you and your kids will use it up because I never had any. Don't feel guilty. No. And then he says, hi, Mimi. The girls just want to say hello. And we miss you and love you. 2 exclamation points. Then she says, this is 10/12/2014. Can you call me on, they redacted her number, as soon as you can. I have a question about bidding on eBay. And then she says, you might want to check out this site. Academic, what is this? I don't even know. It's ACADEPIDEMIC. Oh, no. Then she had it wrong. So then she said it's academicloanrelief.com. Academicloanrelief.com. And then he should check it out. And then she gives him a telephone number for the Department of Education. And she says, it talks about reducing payments and or loan forgiveness. Maybe you can check your house for a package arriving today. That was on 11/17. And then on 12/6/2014, he says, if you say yes, I have money for you now. And then he says, miss you. And then he says, hi. And then he posts 3 pictures, which you cannot make out what they are. And then he says, if you have time, I have. She says, already at the airport. Left already. Just arrived in the car with Tom. Thanks for everything. And Mark says, our pleasure. We love you. Now it's 12/17/2014. She says, happy Hanukkah, Mark, Josie, Carmi, Teresa. He says, thank you, Mimi. She says, did you get my package yet with the poppy seeds today? He says, yes. Then she says on 12/25 at 9:40 p.m., is it too late to FaceTime? Hope you had a very nice Christmas. He says, sorry we missed you. We want to wish, she said, sorry we missed you. We want to wish everyone a Happy New Year. This is on New Year's Day. So Happy New Year from Tom and me. Happy New Year, everyone. And then she said, sounds about right. And he said, looks like ETA is 4:08 p.m. And that was February 18th. Mimi says, I'll be working my way to the front entrance. And then, let's see. He says, we will be there. I'm picking you up at departures. Mimi says, yes. Mimi says, I'm walking my way out the door to the parking lot between Delta and U.S. Airways. And he says, see you soon. What number are you at? She says L, and then she says K, and then she says by gate number 5. And the next day, Mimi says, can I take the whole bunch of Teresa's keys, or do I need to take just the car key? Mark says, take all of them. Then Mimi says, we're coming. The girls need their tickets. 2:20. 2:21. Mimi says, I see you are all done with your shopping. Then Mimi says, I just got a text now that Mom started talking. I guess it's her mom was sick or something. And then she said, I'm outside and I can't get in the car because of lack. She didn't say it. Landed safely. I'm in the car with Tom. And then he sends a smiley face. Then Mimi says, thank you for the beautiful birthday card, Mark. Was Teresa supposed to sign the card and forgot, or was there another card from her that I haven't received yet? In any case, the card was very special to me. It brought tears to my eyes. I love you too, Mark. Now this is 3 months before the murder, March 14th. So Mark sent her a card, and I guess didn't even include Teresa on it. So Mark said, and they send separate cards to the mother. Mark says, you are welcome, smiley face. Teresa's was sent in a red mailer. Hopefully you'll get it today. And then he says, Mimi, this is March 28th now. I just want to send our condolences. We know you've been going through a very rough time. We love you. She says, thank you, Mark. May 4th. This is after he told Curtis to kill his wife. If Teresa, she says, if Teresa has something redacted, please try to remember to bring it along. She might not have much, but that's okay. Tom will have to get his RX filled. Mark says, okay. Then he says, hi, Mimi. I left you a voice message on 5/5. I just want to know what time your flight comes in and which airline. We'll all be looking forward to your visit. Yeah, I just called my friend to kill your daughter, Mimi, but we're looking forward to your visit. Flying JetBlue, number 1251, arriving at 10:33. Meet you at departures. He says, awesome, 2 exclamation points. We love you, 2 exclamation points. She says, just landed, Mark. I'll let you know when I'm outside. He says, K. Then she says, I'm outside by the Delta terminal and gate number 5. Mark says, I didn't see your text. I'm at gate number 3. I am now en route to you. I'll get to 5. And then she said, I said by gate 5. And then she said, you called? He said, we're here. And then on 5-9, she said, tell Carmi break a leg. Then she said, I'd rather meet earlier than later. And then she said, I do not know what you're doing. This is 5/11/2015. But if you get back sooner, that's okay. I could probably be ready in about 10 minutes, but I don't know what you're doing. And then she says, I'm already in the car with Tom. And then she says, make sure you do not dry black pants completely. Just enough for the wrinkles to get out. Thanks, Mark. He says, already hung up. Say hi to Tom. We loved having you with us. Okay. And then Mimi says, I believe your mom does also. And then Mimi says, do you have some pictures to text me from the show? I think you do. He says, I just received a card addressed to you from Tom. She says, I sent me the card I was supposed to give to Teresa. I was supposed to sign it and give it to her, but you can give it to her anyway and tell her I meant every word that was on it. He says, K. This is 5/11/2015. Then she says, okay, thank you for the lovely mother card. It was very touching, and I really appreciate your love. I love you too, Mark, and I'm sorry that sometimes we don't agree, but we still love each other. And then he says, you're welcome, exclamation point. Disagreeing is okay. It's normal. Just wanted to make sure you know how important and special you are to me. Have a wonderful day, smiley face. She says, will you please send me Donna and Frank's address so that I can send him a thank you for the dinner on Sunday? Thank you, Donna. And then she says, I'm not sure you're aware, but there's been a recall on certain Toyotas because of defective airbags. Tonight the recall has been expanded to check if your car... I love this because she's like a typical, worried about something. My parents would have done the same thing. Toyota, the recall has been expanded to check if your car is one of the ones with the defective airbags. Go to the website for Toyota and put in your VIN number. He says, thank you. And then she says, what about pictures of Carmi and Josie at the show? And then Mark says, just checked, no recalls. So you got to give Mark credit because he gets back to her with this. Like a lot of guys would be like, oh my gosh, right? Yeah, I'll check it. If I've got a recall, it'll be on the thing, right? He's pretty good about that. You got to give him that. Then he says, pictures of Carmi, Mulan, Josie's birthday, Josie's dance recital. And he's sending her pictures. And maybe a picture from their music recital too. We miss you and love you. And then she says, and then he says, taken care of. And then she says, thanks. 5/29, 1 month before the murders, right? The murder. Mimi says, where did Teresa have to go to take the test today? And Mark says, we are in Miami. The girls and I are at the pool while Teresa is meditating. And then he says, remember, prayers and positive energy from 12:30 on sent to Teresa. She says, that's not too bad. I thought you had to go to another state. Didn't what's her name have to take a test down there? What, Patrice's wife? Okay. He said, no, just a late night drive to Miami. Then he said, she's done. How do you think she did? He doesn't answer it. Then at 6:01, he says, Mulan DVD came in today. I will pick it up this afternoon. 6:25. I see you called me again. She said, Mimi's texting. Why not just leave me a message then, and I can call you back when I get a chance. I'm heading out now to wake for Charlotte's son. And then she says, don't forget the Mulan DVD. Do you have any videos of Josie's dance recital? And then she says again, the same thing. And then he says, we have just boarded the plane. He didn't say leaving on a jet plane. And he goes, can hardly wait. Now, I bet you couldn't, Mark, with 6 exclamation points. He had her murder down then, 6:26. Can hardly wait. He says, flight 80 Delta. Then he says, oh no, he did say it. We are leaving on a jet plane. Then on 6:26, he sends a picture and he says, thanks for the weekend. Okay. 6:28 at 5:04 p.m. Mimi texted him and said, let me know when you're here and I'll open up the garage door, because he was going back to her house after he dropped Teresa at the airport. And he said, leaving in 2 minutes, I will text you when I pull down your street. And he goes, here. And then 6:29, she says, Pat just called to see what I was doing. Should I tell them now? And then she said, just call Pat. Let him to do the calls. And then she said, I called Pat. My phone is 29%. And then she said, did Jay get my message? Then she said, I'm shutting the cell. Then she said, Kay, I off felt. That was 6:29 at noontime. And she said, I put off cell or something like that. Okay. Mark says, why? She says, Kay. Then she said, talk softly. Josie in bathroom. So I guess they haven't told the kids. And then she said, now it's Carmi and John. And then she said, I am waiting for you to come back before I go to bed. And then she said, how are you doing? It's almost 1:45. I did tell Lanka to let her husband know that you were running late. We were running late. Then Mark on 5:31, I don't know, it's an old, this is somebody else. Now that's the end with the mother-in-law. Now he's got, who's he texting now? Silky and Torsten. And he sends a picture and it says, girls just want to have fun, ... The person says, looks like it. Thanks for sending. Is the other number Teresa? He says, yes. Then she says, oh, because it's a group text, I guess. And Teresa puts you. And then the other person in there says, now I have a number to contact. She says, Torsten is on the way. And then she says, could you give me a name of a good blank for Robin? They redacted that. So, let's see, 6/1/2013. She says, thank you for making Robin such a pretty bun. And then Teresa says, go to purecapspro.com/RHHC. Teresa says, you can sign up with email and have account. Then she said something that was redacted. Maybe she gave a password. I don't know. Then this person there texting said thanks. And then she said, okay, this is the person again. I think it will work out. Okay, now, let's see. This looks like, okay, here's another person. Who is he texting? he's texting. They're redacting her name for some reason, and there's only the end of it. It says because oh wait a minute, Nancy. It looks like, and she's a PhD, LMHC, and then there's FAIGHT, fate. Okay. So he says, I found a ball cap in my driveway. Mark said this on 6/6/2013. And this person says, okay, keep it for Rocco. Thanks. Then Mark says, yesterday was fun. 2 exclamation points. Let's do it again. This person says, I took the revolver apart and I cleaned every part and I oiled it again. We need to check. Can we shoot an AR-15 at the range? And then he said, good, yes. They even have the AR-15 there. $12 a box of 20 rounds. Then this person says, Mark, I don't know if Nancy told you. I guess so this is a guy right now. He's talking to the husband. But I picked up your girls' karate kimonos that you had forgotten at La Playa. He says, thanks. Where are they? We got to Jupiter by 7. Great time had with you guys. And then he says, we're back. Thanks for getting them. How can I get them from you? And then this person says, I'm picking up Rocco at school at 12:30. Do you want to meet somewhere like in the middle? Let's say the corner of Livingston and Immokalee Road at 12:45. Mark says, then they say, Mark, someone could not get an appointment and had to switch to another doctor. It's Nancy, let's talk. Now Nancy's talking to him. He says, call me. Then they're talking about this patient, okay. And then this Nancy says, do you think Sandra is returning all calls? The issue was, never got a live person and felt she could not get in. And then she said, I figured it was out since you, something was redacted, seen her since 2009, from 2009. And Mark says, yeah, but there's got to be more to the story than that, because you sent me a text in the first place. So this Nancy says, that's a long time to be having the same problems, isn't it? And then she said, it was that she felt she got good care, but she couldn't get a live person. And before I knew it, it was that long ago. I thought it was like Sandra covering for Frank. Oh, there's Frank. And then Mark says voice texting issues. And then she said, I can't talk. I'm putting Rocco to bed. And then she says, it was 2009, so it's moot. And then she said, I saw you call. I'm not ignoring you. And then Mark said, returning calls, yes. Reaching a live person, I tell all of our new patients for at least 2 years to call me directly. If you need a live person, as when they call the office, they will likely get the recording because we have a small staff. We take care of patients in the office and we return calls immediately. Mark says, no problem. I was just having some voice texting difficulties and it wasn't working, but I'm driving and it seems to be working again. Then Mark says, but believe it or not, I still hear that complaint from some patients. They don't get a live person despite me giving every single new patient my cell phone number and telling them, if you want a live person, call me. Otherwise, leave a message. Then Mark said, I was just wondering how it came up in the first place. And then she says, people like a live person. Mark says, I know, I just don't have a solution to it yet. We hired someone a few years ago just to answer the phones, and she effectively answered 3, maybe 4 phone calls an hour. The rest of the calls went to voicemail as well. So I had some complaints back, except for greater expense, hence my cell phone. And then Mark says, any suggestions would be well received. She says a dedicated receptionist who only schedules and takes messages is what people like. But she has to be good, not 4 calls an hour. He says, I agree, but that's way too expensive. It was 4 calls an hour, but still, that's terrible. Then he says, JB, thank you very much for the offer for tomorrow on the boat, but I'm going to have to change my mind on that for obvious reasons. This is 7/19/2014. And I think Teresa and Nancy figured out a time in August we can go. Have a great weekend. It was nice getting out with you. And Nancy, little last night. Then he says, the pet safe transmitter just arrived. Then he says, what is the plan for hooking up the transmitter and training Murphy? And then the person said, sorry, Mark. Lost my phone temporarily. Nancy is with the kids at the theater. Call you back tomorrow morning for a plan. Then he said, Mark, I just texted Nancy. We could bring Murphy tonight or tomorrow, whichever you prefer. And then Mark said, Tom am as we are not going to be home until very late tonight. And how long it will take to hook up the transmitter and train Murphy. And the person says, hookup should be quick. Murphy has already had a collar in our previous house. I'm sure he will remember. I remember the time I touched the 2 prongs. So they're talking about an invisible fence for the dog and training the dog, okay? Now, let's see. Mark says, Kay, what time? And the guy says, I will talk to Nancy when she's back and we'll text you. And Mark says, I just put the receiver on and I tested it. It works. So we basically need to put the collar on Murphy and walk him to the gate. And then this person says, did you test it with your tongue? And Mark says, of course, and also my penis. Oh my gosh. $6:21. This guy says, is 9:30 okay? We have to pick up a rental in at the Naples airport and leave at around 11. Mark says yes. That's the end of their conversations. Okay. Now he's texting someone named Jim. Hi, Mark. Any update on when we can start doing the ultrasounds? Jim. Mark says, Jim, I'm not sure yet. We have a lot going on. I'll contact you when things slow down. And Jim says, okay, thanks for the update. And that's the end of their stuff. Oh, and you know when Mark said that thing about testing it, that was 8 days before the murders. 8-9. It was 6/20/2015. About the pet thing. Okay. 7/7/2013. Mark is texting her sister, Teresa's sister, Annie. Hello. Then 7/24/2013. He says, can't talk right now. I'm on the phone. I'll return your call as soon as I can. Annie says, okay. Mark sends a picture. It says, Mermaid Heaven. We miss you, Uncle Peter. Because this is Peter and Annie's phone. Okay, but I think it's Annie. Anyway, Mark says, Danny, pretty excited about, huh? And then he says, awesome, with so many exclamation points. We really wish we could have been there for you, smiley face. And then he says, Peter, be safe and have fun. We love you. And then Annie's phone says, thank you, Mark. Please say hi to Teresa and the kids. I guess this is this is Annie's husband. And he says, this is 11/26/2014. Hey there, brother. I want to take this moment to tell you how thankful we are. It must be Thanksgiving. That you're in our lives. We love you, Peter, and we miss you. Smiley face. Okay? And then Peter says, Mark, this is a very nice message. I love you guys very, very much. Thank you. Then Mark says, can we FaceTime? So weird. And then on 6/21/2015, days before the murder, he says, Happy Father's Day, Peter! Exclamation points. And Peter says, Happy Father's Day to you too, my friend. 6/29. Mark, I love you. I don't want to bother you, but please call me when you can. I'm so sorry, and I'm very deeply hurt, and I cannot imagine how you feel. That's the last one. Okay. Then, let's see. Well, actually, it's pretty weird because they go on now. Lisa, this might be Annie. Okay, so he says on 7/16/2013, mailing today, I love you too. And Annie says, thanks. And then Mark says, can you resend it to this email address? I don't have it. T doesn't mess with this account. Okay, hold on. This is just office stuff. Hang on. Office stuff. Okay, he sent another thing. Listen to this one. They're talking about invoices. She says, hi, sent an invoice. I texted you. It was August 1st, but I can't remember how much. Do I need to resend? Mark says, thanks and sorry for the delay. Being mailed today. And then she says, no worries, sweetie. And Mark says, hey, Mama, you look exceptionally beautiful today. And then he goes, oops. And then he sends a picture. And he says, smokin', 2 exclamation points. And then she says, holy shite, Dill. You look awesome. And then 9/13/2013, he says, your package is just mailed. You should receive it on Monday. She says, yay. 9/17, Annie, I can show you in under 1 minute how to use your cell phone for internet connection for your laptop. As long as you have a wireless capability on your computer, call me anytime. And then he said, I didn't mean to say Mimi didn't pay for the china. Please forget that. Uh-oh. She says, I know. Let's see. Then he says, Annie, if you want to have a spa service today while T is working, let me know. So I can give you my credit card information because I like to pay for that for you. She says, you guys are too good for me. They cost like $200, honey. Then she says, but I do appreciate you thinking about me. I'm working today and I will poke around the mall tomorrow. Have such a great time with Teresa. Having such a great time with Teresa. And then he says, okay, enjoy yourself. She says, thanks, I really am. Then he texts her, make it home safely. Then on 9/27/2013, she says, I just sent an invoice for $275. Thanks for supporting Tree and coming to Connecticut this weekend. I love you. He's no worries, honey. No, he says, okay, I'd done it sooner if we sent it sooner, but before we left home, but I should have sent the check on the way to the airport. And she says, no worries, honey. Then he tells her break a leg. She says, downtown on how near, how convenient. He says, already mailed on 10/8/2013. She says, thanks, honey. Then he says, not by the computer, but I thought it was $275. And she says, I'm just going by the last text, but if it's too much, I'll adjust it on my next invoice. Because she wrote articles. I think these are her articles or something. He says, no worries. I just didn't remember what it was. And then he said, I just saw your check in my car. Sorry, I checked QB QuickBooks and it was for $275. Mailing it today. And then he says, hey, it's me, Dill, using Mark's phone. Okay, so this is Teresa. So it's kind of an all or nothing for the trip. You either leave Thursday at 7 and get it midnight here, or you leave at noon and you get it at 4 p.m. here. Then she says the return is the same, 11 a.m. Get in at 2 o'clock, she means. So Annie says, let's do the 7 p.m. Banking on your makeup artist. And then Teresa said, have you left yet? The girls want to, I don't know if it's Teresa or Mark, the girls want to wish you a safe flight. Then from Mark's phone, it says, we love you and safe travels. Annie says, XO. Then 10/20/2013, FaceTime with Cuke. If not available, she understands. And Annie says, sure, call me. I have 30 seconds. Then Mark says, can you proofread the website? I had a patient tell me there were a lot of typos. Thanks, Annie. She says, sure. Then Mark says, just sent you a package. And she says, just sent you an invoice for $200. Also, you should have received my cell phone payment for December last week, XO. And then he says, tell if it's me. Teresa wants to call you from Mark's phone. You literally are less than 5 minutes. And then she gets on and says, Dill, can you do a less than 5 minutes still? And then Annie says, just sitting down to dinner that my husband made. And then she says, actually, that's good because this sudden I have to piss like a racehorse. Anyway, I'll talk to you tomorrow. Love you. Have a good night, everybody. I tell everybody I said hi, send my love. And then Annie says, did you get my text on Friday? I sent you an invoice for $200. Mark says, yes, I mailed it over the weekend. She says, thanks, honey. And then she says, XO, love you too. Then he says, Annie, this is 3/3/2014. Thank you very much for the birthday wishes. We had an awesome time yesterday at the beach. Look forward to seeing you as soon as we can. I love you. Then he says, hey, Annie, I just woke the Dr. Frank, and he asked that I called to find out if you could send those edits in a different format. Whatever format program you send it, it doesn't allow the other people here to open them up. Thanks, Annie, if Teresa already contacted you. She says, I don't know, but can't do anything until tonight when I get home from work. He says, thanks. That means Teresa already contacted you, which I wasn't sure of. Then she says, Cuke, love you. And then says meow meow at the county fair, Mark's phone. Then she says on 4/5/2014, is everything okay with Teresa? And he says, getting there. She says, can you talk? He says, 2 minutes. And then he says, I love you, Mama! Exclamation and a smiley face. Then he says, I received a medical records request on you. It is signed. Is it okay to send? And she says, from who? He says, EMSI, usually for insurance. It says Prudential. He says, Prudential Insurance Company. She goes, that's fine. He says, okay. Also, I just saw my prior text to you. I love you, Mama. It was supposed to be sent to T. Oops. She goes, yeah, I figured. Then he says, have a great day. Thanks, you too. Okay. Then he says, happy Mother's Day to the Mermaid Queen from Sievers. We miss and love you. She says, thank you. Miss you guys too. 7/23/2014. We're here at AirTran Departures. He says, they're in too. Then she says, please check your email. She said, check your mail. I sent girls books a few weeks ago. He said, I will. 8/5/2014. Mark says, T has been reminding me that I haven't gotten to it yet. Today, though. 8/18/2014. She says, got your message. Thanks, but can just give it to Mimi when she comes down. And then he says, okay. She says, hi, can you call Peter? He wants to buy some bracelets from the girls to give as gifts to his cousins when he gets back home. She She said, hi, Mark, sent you an invoice. Hope all is well. And then Mark says, I just saw it, Annie. I'll put a check in the mail to you tomorrow morning. And she says, wow, that was fast. I just sent it. Thanks. I will have a couple more, but waiting to see if there are any more edits. Thanks. Then he says, okay. She said, also, I just sent a package to Teresa. And then she said, forgot to tell you, I sent another invoice on September 5th, and I hope you guys are well. Love you. Then that this was September 16th. Okay, September 16th, Mark says, thanks. I just looked up your invoice. Received swimsuits. You did good. Amazing trip. And are home safely. We love you all. She says, perfect. Thanks, Mark. Then Mark says, as soon as I can. 9:28. He says to her, Josie, she says, Josie, I loved your card. Carmi, I'm wearing the bracelet. I love it. I love you guys. Hi to Daddy, XO. Then she says, do our phones have insurance? Mine won't charge anymore. Oh my gosh, with the charging on these phones. Then she says, also, just scheduled your cell phone payment. Have you sent my check yet? It's for $475 or $450. Then Mark says, insurance? 3 question marks. Just call AT&T and ask them 611 from your phone. They may need you, sir. No. He goes, under settings, general about. I will check and mail it out today. Forgot to check QuickBooks. She says, thanks, honey. And I found out my phone is fine. It was my charger, so I'm all set. Thanks. Okay, and then Mark says, good morning, Annie. Can you text me Charlotte's or Mom's phone number? The one I have is no longer in service. And she says, Mom or Charlotte's? And then he says, Oma's. Okay, and then she says, hi, honey. Hope you guys had a good weekend. This is 11/24/2014 now. Just sent you an invoice for $525. Then she says, please confirm that you received the text in the email. He says, got it. I saw it late last night, and I asked Teresa to tell you this morning that I will send the check out today. Smiley face. Then he says, sorry, Annie. I'm not trying to put the blame on Teresa. You text me. I should have replied this morning. And she said, awesome, too. She said, aw, me too, XO. Then he said, hi, Annie. I just want to take this moment to tell you how grateful I am that you're in our lives. We miss and love you. This is 11/26/2014. Now it's 1/7/2015. Hi, Mark. I hope all is well. Just emailed you an invoice I owe you, $90 for December sale. We'll pay this week, waiting for work paycheck. He says, Annie, got it. I'm in the midst of setting up QuickBooks, and now I'm checking the account and getting new checks, which are en route. I would hope to be able to mail this to you before the week's over, if that's okay. She says, of course, no stress. Now it's March 2nd, 2015. And Annie says, how you are having a great birthday, just sent invoice. He sends a smiley face. Then he says, hi, honey. Sorry for the delay. I mailed your check this morning. This is just an FYI for you. And then he said, I meant hi, Annie, not honey. And then she's funny. She goes, thanks, honey, XO. And then he says, just an FYI, I received a phone call from Dana Lynn with eBella letting me know the deadline for June ad is Tuesday, the 28th of April. And she said they have not heard anything back as far as corrections or anything else. I'm not sure what the status is. I'm just passing on the information I just received. Talk to you later, honey. She says, thanks, but I do not know what her ad calendar is, only her edit calendar. You would need to ask Teresa if she was running anything for June. Then Mark says, okay, I'll take care of that either tonight or tomorrow. I speak to her next. It's amazing, Annie. Teresa's in Texas filming her TV show right now. ... and a smiley face. She said this morning that she dreamed about Jack last night giving her a hug. That's 4/24/2015, right before he's going to kill her. right? Makes the where he asks his best friend. Then Mark says tradition changes, but continues, and he posts some kind of picture you can't see now. And Annie says Josie will probably win, and Mark says glad to hear it. Now this is 6/12 that we're at 2015. Annie says sent invoice this morning, 6/15/2015. Annie says just want to be sure you got my text because you didn't confirm. Thanks. He's got other things on his mind, Annie. Then he says got it, 500 on 6/15. 6:30. Annie says 6/30/2015 after the murder. Call the police and tell them what you or in your notes. I will talk to them if you want. She also says, Mark, where are the dogs? Where is Zoe? I'm sorry, I just need to know. And I just thought about this now because Danielle is here. And then she said on 6:30, I just called you and I bet you're not picking up because Alan called Tor. Could you please don't let him keep you on the phone all night? Mark, Danielle and I are trying to find places for us all to stay. And then something from Mark was redacted. And then Annie says, well, he just called me again. Can you please call me from a landline? And then she gave an address of the Lee County Sheriff's Office. Okay, and that's the end of that. So let me see what's going on here. I'm going to see if the chat, if you guys are still here, what's going on. I think she's writing articles every week, Potter, for the website and for Teresa's stuff. Terry, it's your first time in the chat? With all this texting, when did Mark have time to look after the children? Tina Menley? Do we have a lot of new people in? It looks like the ads are working. Hi, Amy. This was, never mind, that was for July. Be friends? Are they behaving, the newbies? You took your phone outside just now? You're all here, okay. Yeah, we have lots of ads around, Tico. All over the place. You haven't seen them? We're starting TV commercials in the new year. Who cares if she has makeup on? I don't have makeup on. Everybody, I love everybody in makeup. Lots of new names, Julie? Seems like it. Everyone's very nice, Jenna? Good. We like nice. Somebody must have sent buddies down. What do they call them? Kind of buddies. Not all the newbies? Oh, not all the newbies are nice? We don't like rude newbies. Hey, Diana. How are you? The good news chatters outweigh the nasty ones. Yes. Oh, you were going to say you have not seen an ad? You will. They're going to be rolling them out even more. Hi, Amy. Mommy would be an excellent reader for the School of the Blind. Not sure there is one in your town, though. No, not in our town. Mm-mm. You didn't see an ad, Tina? Oh, they'll be coming. Your laundry's in the garage. Oh, we had the president here? Oh, wow. That's incredible. The ads are really working then. We have the best here on this channel. Oh, thanks, Terry. How sweet of you. All right, so thank you for the beautiful journal. My husband took it immediately for his own. Why, of course. She was saying I have a nice, soothing voice, Amy. Oh, that's lovely. It's the eyeliner that I eat that gives me that just soothes my throat. Okay, so let's see who else is there. So many new people. Yeah, the ads are working. I didn't know. You know, you've got to see your return on investment, but it's working. It's working. Hey, Jenny Jo. Hey, Sam. Okay, random guy sent me okay, let me check random guy's picture because I don't know what kind of picture random guy is sending me. I hope it's not a marked picture of what he tested, but please. Let's see. Oh, okay. Pictures of Santa. I used to arrange these when I worked I was a national sales director for a production company. We had pictures of Santa. We used to have them for pets. And I had to get the Santas and ask them all the questions, like, from the talent pool. How were they with animals and do all this stuff to check them out. Okay. So there you go. So there's your dog. At PetSmart. Uh-huh. I like the way he's holding that dog. Santa. Okay. Tutu still on in the right photo. The dog's wearing a tutu. I don't see the tutu. Is this the tutu? I'm not seeing a tutu. It looks like a sleeve. Where's the... How could the band isn't going... I'm lost. Is this the band? I don't know. I almost called you Mark. I don't know, Mark. No, it's Jeff. Okay, sorry. So what we have. Okay, what did Tanya says? Hold on. Tanya says, not Tanya, Tamra. Tamra says, 3rd grade step grandchild comes in Thursday. We are going to glitter. Are you glittering? Let's see. She's gonna glitter her brains out. Oh wow. You got the mop and glow. Look at that. Paintbrushes, paint. You're gonna be glittering. Cool. Cool. Did you just buy all of that? Good job. Then she's got some pictures of the wreath on the fence. Hold on. You had a party today. Was the party today? Very nice. And she got that from the trash. She made that from trash and the swim noodles. Very nice. There's another one. Hang on. That was you in the process, huh? Yeah. Scissors, glitter all over the place. Oh wait, we have another picture. Hang on. For some reason, the email is so large, and the pictures are, hang on, hiding. Oh, did you paint that on the glass? Wow. Good job. Very nice. Holly leaves. Holly leaves. Got another one. Hang on. The holly joy Christmas. Very nice. And oh, that's some more. Oh, is that your husband that's painting? Oh, see? Look at that. Those are just acrylics and then you just scrape them off the window when the season's done? Nice. Very nice. Okay, let's see what we have here. Evie sent this in. I can't understand it. All I did was sneeze. This guy looks like he might be from The Simpsons. Oh, he sneezed in the... Oh, poor guy. VA girl made some sock snowman. So cute. Look at the little guy with the hearts. It's really cute. Very cute. I have to get on mine again. I mean, I have to get my alpaca one sweater on there. Okay. Oh, I got an email from Janelle. Janelle, where are you? I got an email about transfer tape. I'll check it out. Thank you. Okay, now. Trying to see if there's anything else in here that oh, we've got something. We've got Sonia. Hang on a minute. Sonia went to the Christmas market again. All right, let me move this over because this is a lot of pictures. Okay. Uh-oh. I've got to get all your pictures in on a slideshow or something with some music. Post it in our here. Oops. Come on, get over there. Go on, get over there. Over. Okay, here we go. That looks like a what is that? Looks like a reactor. Is this your brother? This guy looks like he's freezing, doesn't he? Was it freezing cold there? Is it Austria? Oh, is that cheese? Is that no. That is pastries? Oh my gosh, Ivy Lynn. I hear the wind now. You just sent it down this way. And Jimmy said it wasn't coming down this way. What are they selling there? Hot beverages or something? Oh, there's Lego and Santa. Is he made of Legos? Wow, that's cool. This guy's on his cell phone. Oh, he is a Lego Santa. Wow, that's incredible. Rainy day, right? I love how you guys have these Christmas markets. Apparently there's something in New York City, but I don't think it's anywhere because I got a blog thing about it. That if I was going down there, they wanted me to do a video or something on it. Oh, ornaments. Ornaments. Where are the little wooden ornaments? I think these are the very famous ones. I know I have some from like Austria or so. I have to show them to you when I get them out. There are these very, very famous German ornaments. And maybe they're all, I don't know, I have to show them to you. Nativity. Yes. Church. Horse and carriage. It's your nephew, I think. Very nice. That's you and your sister, right? Is that your sister? I think so, right? Look at the little striped canopies, roofs. Wow. Impressive. That's some church. That looks like a lot of greenery, Santa. Little signs, toys inside, look like toys inside. You didn't take us in to see the toys, Sonia? That's not nice. That was a big tease. I'd like to see the toys next time, Sonia, especially the dolls and the nesting dolls. If you have them, if you could take pictures of those, the nesting dolls. I saw ones in Home Goods. I should have got them. I don't know why I didn't. Okay. Ouch. Okay. Let me just do this. Hold on. Okay. Let me go back to the chat. I'm going to go tomorrow. I have the cups. Where are you going to? The Bavarian That looks like the Bavarian Inn. Where are you? Oh, there's Janelle. They were looking for you, Janelle. They have them all over Switzerland. My grandma was born there. Name of the baby Sonia. So many connections at Sonia R. Okay. Hi, Lady Hawk. Everybody have fun? Time to check in with Mark now and see who he's texting next. Let's see. Mark. Okay, so Mark is now texting, looks like Sally. This is not along, this is, let me see, I'm just trying to see. Is this something about the shelter? It's like 4 or 5 texts. Okay, and then, okay, there is something important. Okay, here, we got to read this. So, first off, it's from 2013, and it says, Lowell, I did not go into office yet. I may do so this afternoon. I will check the requested referral this afternoon and call you afterwards, Mark. And then Lowell, I guess, says, thank you. Can you email it to wingsofshelter@aol.com? Mark says, I just emailed you. Good night. Then this Lowell person says, we got it. Thank you. Good night. Then, okay, that was 7/10/2014. Then on 6/29/2015, they say, Mark, is it true? Has Teresa died? We are praying for everyone. This is shocking news. We can do anything you need, anything or anybody to come talk to you, fetch for you, to help you in any way, or to pick up things in any way. Anyway, just let us know. We love you. We just love you guys so much. We are with you during this time. Please don't hesitate to call. And they give a number, Lowell and Sally. And Mark says something to them, and it's totally redacted. And then they say, love you so much. Anything, call us when you need or can. Praying for you and the girls. And then they say, continuing in prayer for you and the girls. If you need anything, Mark, we're standing by to act at any moment. Just give us a call if you need to talk or get out or have a sketch, something for you. We're up for anything. Love you, Lowell and Sally. Okay, and then that's the end for them. And then let's see who's texting now. This would be someone, okay, this is probably good because they will not allow, they took this person's name out. And did they take all this person's texts out? So we just have, no, there's some, okay. So this is 7/24/2013. Mark says, you do not need a recheck on your PTINR. Okay, this might be patient stuff. Hold on, let me just see if this is all patient stuff. If it is, we can skip it. Yeah, it was patient stuff. Okay. He's got another one here. Okay. Oh, this is, did we get on this one? I think we did this. We did this Wendy right. We checked out Wendy. Everyone knows it's Wendy. And then this is Otto, Chef Otto. We did that. And then we did Michelle Petritis. Okay, we got those. Michelle Petritis. Come on, Michelle. Pages and pages of Michelle. I can't believe how much Michelle Petritis is. Okay. Now we've got, Lori. Lori is the other You're going to see Lori is the other, I think, chef. Okay, first we've got Mark. Let's see. Looks like he's calling the bank that Teresa was going to. 8/15/2013. Mark says, sorry for the late text, but when looking in the email you sent on Sunday, the dates you gave us of the 24th of October and November 5th, which happened to be a Tuesday, the 7th is Thursday. Teresa did reply to your email saying the 5th was okay. We're actually going to be out of town on the 7th, so if you want to do Tuesday night, that would be fine. And then he says, unfortunately, today does not work for me. And then this bank says, no problem. How about Tuesday the 10th, 10 or 2? Okay, he says, I think the 12th will be fine. I just need to book the lobby and check with Donna. Rest, I will do that today. The bank says, sounds good. Just let us know. I spoke to Donna last week and I told her you would be in I would be in touch. She has already proposed the menu. Otherwise, I need names and addresses and your logo. Okay, so let's see. This is just about scheduling that. Yeah, there's nothing important there. Okay, so then he's on with Lori Quinn. I think this is his other cook. So he gives an address first. This is 9/2/2013. She says K. She'll be there in 5, Lori Quinn. And then she says, it's fine. I can wait a week, I guess, for her money. No problem. And then she says, okay, I will leave it outside fridge. And then she says garage code. And he says, oops, I'm in Naples right now. And it looks like he gave her the garage code. Okay, so that's the second person that had the garage code now. Thanks. I will mail your check then, Mark says. Okay. Then he says, Lori, I want to have the check ready for you this morning. I saw the invoice from today for 106. I don't remember what it was last week. I thought it was 117. Can you please verify so I can have the check ready for you? Thanks, Mark. She says, I have 131.44 for 3 muffins and 10 entrees. 9/17/2013. He says, thanks. He says, ETA. And then, oh my gosh, he sends the wrong message to 9/17/2013. I love and lust you, Mama. 2 exclamations. Have a wonderful day at work, smiley face. Then he says, sorry, Lori. Disregard this text. She goes, of course, I figured. Be there in 5. She says on 10/1. On 10/1, he says, me too. Then he says, just kidding, I'm home. I guess he's trying to feel her out now. And maybe he tries to feel them out with those, oh, I'm sorry I sent that. Meaning that if she just says, oh my gosh, you're like lusting for me, how, and just, I don't know, it's just weird. Okay. All right. Then, just kidding, I'm home. She says, LOL. He then gives her the name of that chef Otto Trisha. Okay? And then he says, and here is the martial arts info. And he gives her that info. She says, thanks. And then she said, I would call her. She doesn't do timely email or text. She gives him the name of Dawn Madam Mac. Madam? Okay. And then she says another option, he would probably be better for meats. Chad O'Connor. And then Mark says, Lori, are you coming to Dr. T's talk tomorrow p.m.? She thought you said you might come. I just want to confirm, Mark. She said, yes. I was going to come, maybe not for the whole thing, but at least the beginning. It's Steve's B-Day. How many participants? I'd love to bring samples. He says, Teresa's texting you now. And then she says, I should be there in approximately 10 minutes. He says, okay. She says, I'll be there in a half an hour or less. And then she says, I can do the muffins for you, but I won't be able to deliver them to you. Would you be able to pick them up? He says, what day, time, and place? Oh, yeah, thank you. And then she says, how many? 24 minutes, my house, anytime tomorrow. I will be gone, but use the garage code. She gives him the code to our garage. They will be in the fridge. And then he says, how many do you have? And she says, how many do you want? I can do up to 48. He says, 48? Sounds good. Then he says, Lori, I'm sorry. I never made it down there today. However, we are having dinner in Naples tonight. I want to know how late I can come by to pick them up. She says, anytime, we're not there. Okay, and then on February 11th, 2014, he says, Lori, I'm not at the office. Teresa and Karen are doing a class right now, and I believe it runs until about 8 or 8:30. I didn't realize that if the doors downstairs were going to be locked. I'm sorry. She says, okay, well, I took the orders back with me. And then he said, I'm actually in Bonita. Josie's at her dance class. Do you have any suggestions? She says, I will have to brainstorm for another option for the people in Estero and Fort Myers because this one isn't working for me. I don't want to alienate that part of town. And then she says, not tonight. My husband is out of town. I have both boys with me. It's already late enough. As it is, we haven't been home since 8 a.m. this morning, so unfortunately tonight is not an option. Mark says, okay. Then she says, what time does Teresa leave for work tomorrow? He says, about 9:30. Then she says, hi, Mark, can you confirm what number your house is? I'm debating whether the one was at 7 and vice versa. Avril Lloyd will be delivering your items around 6 p.m. on Tuesday evening. Will you be home? If not, I will instruct delivery in the garage fridge unless you tell me otherwise. So now she's giving other people the code. Great. Okay. So then Mark says 27034, please do not give out our code. She says, okay, I won't. Will you be home between 6 and 7? He says, I leave at 6:45 to take Josie to dance class. She says, okay. She should be there before then. She's going to the doctor's office for drop-off at 5:30. She's going to the doctor's office for drop-off at 5:30. She will leave there at 5:45, your house first. Mark says, Lori, I have your check for you today. Should I give it to your delivery person or mail it out? And she says, either, whatever you prefer. He says, it'll be in a sealed envelope. I'll give it to her. She says, okay, thanks. Then Mark says, Lori, since I didn't know she was coming when she came on Tuesday, I wasn't prepared and I'm having computer problems. Oh, okay, Mark, you couldn't get the check out again? Okay. I have since then put the check in the mail. Please let me know when you get it. She says, no problem, no worries. Delivery is always Tuesday unless I email otherwise. Have a great weekend. Now, this is 3/15/2014. Thanks, Lori. I got confused because the email you sent about the recent Thursday at the office, I was thinking that was going to be awesome. I wasn't quite sure what was going on. Thanks again. Then he says, sorry, that was voice texting at its best. What I meant to say was I received your email about Thursday deliveries at the office. I got confused. I didn't realize that we were still going to be on a Tuesday delivery, so when Avril came by, I wasn't ready. Yeah, Mark, okay, yeah, it takes you 2 minutes to go get a checkbook. Come on. Thanks again. So then he says, smiley face, this email should have said Tuesday, so it said Thursday. That's my mistake. Okay, Mark. Then he sends another smiley face. Then she says, sorry, I forgot check. Was in a hurry. Can you mail it or I'll get it next time? Have a nice day. Have a safe trip. You should remember the check because it's so hard for him to give them to you. So then he says to her, safe trip, question mark. Teresa's in Virginia for the week, but I'm at home with the girls. But thank you. I'll put it in the mail to you tomorrow. And she says, okay, hold down the fort. He said his smiley face. And then he says from Mark Sievers, Lori, I didn't see an invoice yet. Can you tell me what I owe you? She said, I sent them out on Sunday. You didn't get it again? I sent it to MD Sievers' email. Then she says, oh, sorry about that. I am working on integrating invoicing with the order, so it all happens at once, so hopefully all of this will go away. And then she says 244.43. And then Mark says, I checked. I need the amount. She just told you. Okay, now 4/14/2014. She says, are you home this afternoon to accept the delivery? 5:30ish? And Mark says, yes. Then Lori says, what about earlier? Mark says, I'm at the beach now. I'm not sure I'll be home before 5:30. Okay. You'll have to leave an insulated bag in shade by front door. Or use the garage code, Mark says. She says, okay. Then she says, what's the house number again? He tells her, but we will not be home. We're still at the beach. Then Mark says, Lori, I've been searching for your recent invoice. She said, I emailed it to your personal account. I'll resend it to the other account. So she checks his email, and he says, I don't consistently receive text to that address. I don't even know how to check that one. Really, Mark? No, now he doesn't understand technology. Please use the MD Sievers. Thanks, my cloud stuff doesn't work well. Lori says, 134.74, I just resent to the regular email. Mark says, thank you, I'm checking this morning. Lori says, thanks. Mark says, from the Sievers family, happy Mother's Day, 5/11/2014. Okay. And then we have, where's that, 5/13/2014. Mark says, good morning, Lori. How much did I owe you this week? I didn't see an invoice. And Lori, and let's see, he says, good morning, Lori. Again, this is on 6/3 now, 2014. How much did this is a pattern with him. How much did I see you? I didn't see an invoice. And then he says, there's 21.20. Is that for this week? She says, that was last week's salad add-ons, Mark. This week is 104.46. So add those for total. And then he says, no problem. And then Mark says 125.64 will be in the bag with the Voss bottles in the garage. Have a wonderful day. Then he says on 6/18/2014, hey Lori, I'm not sure if Teresa told you this from last week or not. Listen to this one now. But I was just finishing a chocolate shake and I found a piece of plastic inside. He sends her a picture. She says, oh no, which chocolate? I didn't make any chocolate last week. Then she says, I can't see what that might be. Can you? And he says, I'm not sure if it was chocolate. It was just chocolate colored. Carmi and Josie are saying it's like almond. Anyway, I remember Teresa found some plastic pieces last week. I was listening to how gross this is. I was driving today and I was drinking one and something got stuck in my throat and I coughed it up to see it. It was plastic. And she says, oh no, 2 times? Please accept my profuse apologies. I'm racking my brain to think of what it could be. I will reimburse you for the drinks. Please save the plastic that he coughed out of his throat so I can determine what it is. I'm so sorry. He says, Lori, no worries about the reimbursement. It was more than 2 times, though. Probably 4 times. I will save the plastic. Now that I'm looking at it, it almost looks like hard cellophane. And she said, which is weird because I don't use plastic. He said, I'll save it for you. Then he says, good morning, Lori. I haven't seen any invoices, so I want to check with you. He never sees the invoices. And then we'll see what I owe you, as I will not be home and I want to leave a check. And then she said, Teresa never let me know what she wanted, so I don't know what to bring you, so obviously I can't invoice you. Mark said, if I reach her in the next hour, would that be too late? If so, I definitely understand. She goes, no, just send me a text. Let me know. He says, okay. And then he says, I have not heard from Teresa. And she said she sent you an email Saturday or Sunday with items that she would want. If you have them left over, okay, I will bill once I see what I have. Then she said, I won't be by until later on this afternoon or evening. What time are you home? Mark says, I'll be home after 7:15. Garage? Yes, of course. I just missed you. I saw you driving away. I have some containers for you. This is Mark. I would like to get back to you sometime. And she says, oh, okay. I didn't want to bother anyone. I will just make sure I get them next time. Have a great vacation week. This is 7/22/2014. Okay. Thanks. I forgot to move them to the garage. Mark says, how much do I owe you? I just want to have your check ready. She says, $95.08. He says, thank you. I'm en route again. Just in case I don't make it, there's a bag with the jars in the garage and from the refrigerator. She says, okay. Then he says, in home. She says, hi, will you be home today between 2:45 to 3:45 to accept food delivery? He said, yeah, I just saw this. And then she says, Kim should be there any minute. She arrived within minutes of sending you that reply, he said. Then he said, I saw an email. Do we owe you money prior to delivery? And she said, nope, me catching up on summer accounting. And then Mark said, okay, I didn't think so, but I just want to make certain because my accounting isn't always accurate. She says, LOL, join the club. Then he says, Lori, how much is today? She says, I want to have a check ready for you. She says, $81.62. Can you mail the check? Sure, or hand it to you. She says, well, it will be Cynthia delivering around 3:45. And he says, no problem. She says, thanks. And then Mark texts Lori. He says, hi, Lori. I have several things. We would appreciate you using our glass containers for shakes instead of your traditional plastic ones. 2. The article Teresa mailed you was returned. 3. What is the best mailing address for you? 4. Finally, should I mail your check or can Cindy take it? That's all. Have a great Sunday night, Mark. She says, I will do my best. With lots of orders and many special requests, I sometimes forget. 2. I got your check in the mail on Friday. What address bounced? Weird. Now, he's making all kinds of excuses for these checks. Okay. So, anyway, then he says, Cindy can take your check on Monday. That would be great. Thanks. He says, I totally understand. This is now 10/19/2014. But at the same time, we specifically went out and bought glass containers because that's how we want to receive our shakes. The plastic is not good to be drinking out of or storing food in. Teresa used the address of your kitchen. Thanks. So then she said, do you think, even though it's cold and held for short times, that the plastic leaches? A lot or a little? Then she says, I wish I could get everyone on glass. Not realistic, at least not right now. Mark says, yes, it's a big problem. This particular plastic you're using is very soft, which will leach the most, and the bottles do you get heated up from time to time, therefore it is leaching and it is causing estrogen blocking. We can't quantify how much. We just do everything possible to avoid plastic in particular, that extremely soft plastic. There may be some people who are willing to purchase glass bottles if offered. And then he says, I meant estrogen mimicking, not blocking. And then she said, I am switching back to clear PET bottles. These are better. It's not a matter of purchasing the bottles. There's a matter of cleaning, sanitizing, and keeping track of who has what for which smoothies. It gets very complicated quickly. I have yours marked out, so I will not forget. He says, thanks. She says, hi, Mark. Can you please update about my check? Can you please update my check to have it say Inerg Health? It still says Momentum Sports, and I created a new corporate account this year. Thanks. This is on 10/21/2014. And Mark says, sure, I can rewrite it for you too. Then on 10/27/2014, he says, hi, Lori. Are you charging $15 for delivery? Or am I reading that incorrectly? Thanks, Mark. She says, yes, but I'm working on that. Delivery's costing me a fortune with such low food costs. I have to charge. If you want to tip Cynthia rather than pay the fee, I can talk to her. He says, no problem. I just thought it was a website glitch. As last week, I think we ordered more food and then changed the order and didn't charge delivery charge. That's why I'm asking you this week, and I don't think she charged anything, but I just want to verify so I can write the check out correctly. I thought even thought of tipping her. Oops. Then Lori says, add $40 to your order this week. She added quiche, and I gave her an $8 discount. She says, I'm going to do some major restructuring around pricing, so I will give you a heads up on that. I'm interviewing chefs, and I think I found the perfect one. Fingers crossed. Now, 10/27/2014, he says, good luck. Thanks, I will make out another check. It's already printed off, $139.81. She says, Kay, thanks. And he says, how much is today's? And then he says, just realized my check for you last week didn't go out. This is a pattern with Mark, okay? So I should have that one ready for you, and I want to have the one to do today ready as well. If you can let me know what I owe you for this week, that would be great. She said, no problem, running behind. Cynthia. Then she says $171.95. And then he says, girls love the gnocchi. Is there any more? She said, yes. Want me to send some more with the cocoa bars? And he says, cocoa bars? Did Teresa want those? Sure. She said, yeah, she ordered them. And then he said, I'm so glad they enjoyed them. And then she said, I'm so glad they enjoyed them. And he said, great. Me too. Then he said, I can't talk right now. I'll call you later. That was on 1/26. And then Curtis is probably calling him on the other phone, freaking out, right? Then he said, no problem. She said, I have your check in the garage. And he said, I have your check in the garage in a black bag on the small freezer with the bottles. Also a tip for Cindy. Thank you. And then 12/2/2014, she says, I can't talk right now. What's up? Then it's redacted. A lot of this is redacted. All of that, like 7 messages, completely redacted. Then we get to 12/8, and it's from her. Can you please bring home some pamphlets or postcards to give to Cynthia? I have a few businesses that want them. And he says, for Teresa? No, for you, Mark. Oh gosh, this guy is so dense. Yes, she says. He says, how much do I owe you? We're leaving soon. I want to leave a check on the refrigerator in the garage. Okay? And then she says $163.82, and he says, sorry, I had already left. Oh, geez. She says, no biggie. And then she says on 12/12, hi, Mark, can you send me the check numbers and amounts of the last 3 checks you made for me? I'm recording. And then he says, oh, sure. Number 3709 for $163.82, number 3702 for $160.20, and then number 3690 for $322.53. Then she asks again, how much do I owe you? She says $204.15, and then she says the bread and the butter and the rest of the gnocchi we will deliver on Wednesday. Then he says, Kay, do I owe you anything from last week too? Let me see how much long. This is like a lot. What time is it? Oh, it's 4. Okay, I think we should probably end there because it's been long. We had a Patreon meeting before that. Okay. Get lost jelly. Oh, we have a. Well, we had a jelly. I missed him. Oh, good. Anyway, What's 4 times? Oh, the plastic. Yeah, the plastic they're finding in there. And Mark has a whole thing. It reminds me of the old Roseanne show. Remember, she was telling like how to get your bills. Like first you send a check and you don't sign it to the electric company, and then they have to send it back, and it buys your time. Or you have the wrong. That's why Mark has a system. Every month he's so disorganized. Did you send an invoice? Because I don't have it. I can't find it. Yes, Mark, it's this. Okay. Oh, were you there? Because I just missed you. I forgot to put it on the refrigerator. Can I mail it to you? Okay, good. Oh, I left it in my car. I just realized it. I'll send it to you this week, okay? He's got this whole thing, and he does it week after week with them. Good night, Carol. They didn't like you. Oh, boy. I'm gonna cry about that tonight on my pillow. They don't like me. I'm hurt, deeply hurt. Yeah, how much again? But I mean, he says it to the same people week after week, and these people are not even getting pissed. Like most people would say, okay, Mark, or they'd have it streamlined. They'd be like, look, we're coming with the delivery. It's $122.50. We're gonna need a check for that. Let's get it down. You know, they just let him go. Hey, William. People should pay on the spot for that's yeah, right. Especially when you have somebody like Mark, you know. But I just guess they probably just figured Teresa's so bitchy, she's gonna have like maybe like a lot of business or and so they just let him get away with this crap, and he just plays it for all he wants. But anyway, I did better tonight. Didn't fall asleep, but I am getting sleepy now, and I've got a lot of crafting and stuff to do tomorrow, and so I better call it a night. You guys better get sleep too. Yeah, I don't know how you're going to sleep. Your pillow's probably going to be pretty wet too, Lisa. Put some plastic wrap on it until you stop crying. Get some paper towels, and then you can just clean it off quickly, and your pillow won't stay wet. Okay, cry into the paper towels, and then just wrap it up in the plastic wrap. All right, we had a gale too. Oh boy, good. All right, so I'll see you guys tomorrow. Stay safe. God bless. Good night. Hi, Jen. Oh, me. You're digging me. Yeah, me. Yeah, digging. We're digging you too, me. Have fun, me. Good night, everyone. Have a good night.